Snow White the Evil Queen's daughter. Her name's Evie. You got Mal.
I was about to ask if their names match.
Yes. You got Jay. Oh God. And what's Cameron Boyce's name? He's dead. Cameron Boyce is dead.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace, Cameron Boyce.
Rest in peace, Cameron Boyce. Oh my God, Carlos. I'm such a bad fan. Okay, so there's 3 movies.
Such a bad Descendants
fan. So the first one is they're all living in their villain's world.
Okay.
And so then they move.
Oh, like the different.
To,
okay.
Yeah, they're like
so
on
it's
a
like
different
a linked
island.
universe, basically.
Yes. It's like a whole thing, and
all
so
right.
there's a whole island because all the villains and their kids were banished to this island.
Naturally.
And then they move to Oridon, which is for like all the good people.
Okay.
And then they go.
Wait,
to
why were they allowed to
school.
move there?
Because so.
Did they do like remediation?
It's yes. So,
okay.
The king and queen of Oridon are Belle and the Beast.
Okay,
and
sure.
so their son becomes king, or he's like about to become king, and he's like, my first order is I want to start bringing, like they're like transitioning him to be king, and he's like, I want to start bringing Evie, Carlos, and Jay, and they go to Oridon Prep, and so they learn how to be good and all this stuff, and then they find So Maleficent wants stop laughing at me. Maleficent wants the fairy godmother's wand. So Mal is like, okay, cool, Mom, I'm gonna get it. And the mom is Kristen Chenoweth, which is really weird. And she sings really high because she's Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah, right.
It's a musical.
It's a musical? This is the first I'm hearing of this.
So they go, and Mal is like trying to find this wand. Okay. They find the wand, but they can't get to it, and so Ben is going to be
locked up in
in like a museum. Ben is going to be crowned king. So when she goes to his coronation, well, I mean, like, they want it. It was fine. Okay, sure. But, like, the fairy godmother's going to get out the wand. So that's the whole point.
Oh, to do the coronation.
Yes, but in order for Mal to get close to the coronation, she has to be Ben's girlfriend.
I was going to say, she's got to fall in love with Ben, or Ben's got to fall in love with her.
So she can be closer up, so she can run up and, like, snatch the wand.
Right, that's naturally.
She does a potion. And he falls in love with her.
She just does a potion.
She does a potion into cookies.
Wild.
And at some point, Mulan's daughter comes in there and cries.
She makes the potion into cookies?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Come on.
So he eats the cookies. Right. He falls in love with her. Sings a whole song about it. And then they're like going into the coronation, and she feels bad, and so she gives him like an love spell brownie.
So she breaks up.
Yes.
This is very Harry Potter.
This is fantastic.
she breaks the spell, and then he's like, what?
I can't mix up the 2 potions. I gotta make them into 2 different baked goods. So I'll know.
He eats the brownie, and he's like, oh, yeah, I know you spelled me. And she's like, oh my God, what? And so, like, he was like, yeah, of course, you just had a crush on me and couldn't ask. So she was like, oh, it's fine. Oh. So then the coronation happens. I have gone through the entire first movie. The coronation happens.
This is exactly what I wanted.
Good. She goes to snatch the wand, and then I hate that you're recording me.
And she's how old?
Oh God, like 16?
Okay, and the fairy godmother's like infinite years old.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But the fairy godmother also has a daughter. There's a bunch of other stuff going along on the side, but like this is like the main plot line.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I'm okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're getting like the gist of it all.
Sure.
So,
but there's still more to be discovered if I do want to
watch
it.
Yes.
Oh my God, there's more.
The fairy godmother's daughter takes the wand.
Oh,
because she wants to be pretty. Thank you. Mal steals the wand back, and then she's like, I want to be good, so I'm not going to steal this. And then Kristen Chenoweth shows up in the form of a dragon, because she's Maleficent.
Because she's Maleficent, yeah, sure.
And just screws everything up, and then they, like, say, the power of good, blah, 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 friendship, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they do a whole thing. And then they shrink the dragon to the size of a lizard, because that's the size of the love in her heart. The end of the first one.
And that's her mom.
That's her mom. She shrinks her mom into a tiny lizard. Her own mother.
Her own mother.
Yes. Descendants 2.
The other 2 can't be that eventful.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
they're probably more eventful.
Oh, great.
Come on. So in the first one, Mal steals Ben's steals Ben away from his girlfriend.
Who's his girlfriend?
Aurora's daughter.
Oh,
remember that for the third movie.
That's important.
That's important.
We
like her. No, we don't.
Oh,
she's
we don't. She's
awful.
a bitch.
I didn't watch the later one, so I don't know.
All right.
This just in. Aurora's daughter's a bitch.
We don't like Audrey. Descendants 2.
Descendants 2.
Mal is like, I'm sick of being good. I don't want to do this. And she goes, back to the Isle.
Good.
I know,
Her name
she's
was
Mal.
good. Come on.
Yeah, but she goes back to the Isle of the Lost.
I guess that's how it goes. Though.
And then
you're
basically,
good. You're good for a couple days, and then you're like, nah, this sucks.
So Ursula's daughter comes in, Uma, and it's China Anne McClain, and she's amazing.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes, and then Hook's son comes in, and then Gaston's son comes in, and they're just doing a bunch of villain shit. Like, it doesn't really matter, honestly.
Okay.
But
it's
she's
all
like,
background villain shit.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
She's like, China Anne McClain is like, I want all of the villains to take over Oridon. Yeah, and so Mal is back, and then they're like, blah, 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 blah. And so Sophia Carson and all the good people that used to be villains, but then they went to Oridon. So Snow White, like the evil queen's daughter, Evie, Carlos, and Jay, all go back to find Mal.
Okay.
And so they do that, and Mal's like, no, I don't want to go, blah, 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 blah. And then they bring Ben.
She's not going to the school anymore.
No,
Okay.
she goes back to the villain school.
She drops.
Yeah, or not villain school, just Villains Island.
Villain
yeah,
Island.
and so, but they bring Ben, who is now the king.
He's the king now.
He's the king now, and they
Congratulations.
bring.
I guess his coronation was in the last movie. So
They bring him, and Uma, who is Ursula's daughter,
yes, right, you
finds
mentioned that.
him. And they
Oh, no.
take him and they kidnap him, and they're like, we want the
The
magic
king.
wand. The king. Oh no.
Wait, hold on. Just for clarification, how
Yes.
old is Ben?
Old enough
Like
to
the
know
same
that.
18
age?
probably.
Okay,
like
yeah,
18,
sure,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Same age.
Sure. So is Beast still alive?
Yes.
Why need
Yeah,
a king?
I don't know.
Isn't that how kings
I think
work?
when they turn 18 in this universe, they become
And
king.
so you just retire
I'm
from
just
being the king.
assuming. Yeah, I guess so.
So if you want to be
Beast
the
is
king,
still
if you want to
alive.
be the king forever, don't have a kid. I guess.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know how it works. I don't know. They don't cover that.
That's fine.
Okay, so they take Ben. They sing a lot of songs. They get Ben back.
Because this is a musical.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they go back to the Oridon, Good Island.
Good Island.
And then when they get there, they're having like a big like party and stuff for Ben's coronation. And when this happens, Uma, who is Ursula's daughter, puts a love spell on Ben.
They did another love spell.
They did
on Ben?
another love spell because Mal left her spell book
Oh,
on the Isle of the Lost.
How clumsy!
I know. After that, basically, Uma's like, oh, God, no, and, like, goes into the ocean, and now she's, like, Ursula, and she's, like, big and octopus, and Mal turns into a dragon.
And how does the CG look on her?
Horrible.
Yep, there it is.
So bad. And then Mal turns into a dragon, and they're fighting, and they're fighting, and they're fighting, and then Ben is, like, looks at this, like, portrait, or it's, like, a stained glass thing that he had made of Mal, and he looks at it and he's like, oh my God, I love Mal, of course, Mal! And then he's like broken out of the love spell.
But why did
and that's it. That's the second movie.
Why did he get a stained glass portrait of Mal?
It was like a gift for her. I don't remember why.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It was a gift.
Okay,
It was a
sure,
gift.
sure.
It's not like super important.
Well, it's one of those gifts that it's like, oh, thank you. It's like the thought that counts, but like,
Is it
I'm not gonna do
really?
anything
But
with this.
he made it as her like villain self.
He
Like she's
made it?
got like he got it made.
Oh,
But she's
okay.
got like purple hair and like the green eyes and stuff instead of like her blonde hair that she gets to conform to the good people's ways.
So wait, he commissioned a stained glass portrait.
Yeah.
Made him fall in love with him through a
Yeah,
love
because
potion.
that's her true self.
Oh, I see. But,
Yeah.
but it's evil.
Well,
Right?
you know, you are who you are.
Yeah.
You can only hide it so well.
Yes, that's true. You love who you love.
I
You know,
mean,
I'm not gonna discriminate
yeah.
here.
Love is love.
Love is love. Love is love, baby.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Descendants
Descendants 3.
3.
Yay! I'm here for it. Let's
Okay.
go. So wait.
Even
So what was the
starts.
conflict there?
It was
Uma taking Ben,
So
and
who-
then
okay,
also
yeah.
Mal moving to the Isle of the Lost because she's like, I'm bad.
So
I
who-
don't want to be good.
And then her and the dragon. So Mal turned into a dragon, and,
Yeah.
and Uma was the
Yeah.
octopus basically.
Yeah.
And they fought, and who won?
Mal.
Oh.
Well, nobody really won.
Oh, then what's
It's
the
a
point?
build-
I mean, Mal, or like Uma just kind of like backs down.
Oh, okay.
essentially.
So
Yeah.
who backs away? Who backs down?
She
Uma.
takes her
So
tentacle
Mal,
down.
the
Mal
good
won. So
ones
Mal
win.
won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mal
okay.
won basically.
Like not to the death, obviously.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Disney would
Uma's,
never.
at the end, Uma's like floating in the water, and she's like, "Did you think this was the end?"
That's good. That's very good. Okay, so that's over. Descendants 3 happens. Now.
Descendants 3. Ben Ben's royal decree. He wants to bring all of the villains' kids.
How much time?
To-
How much time has taken place between the beginning of Descendants 1 and the end of Descendants 2
Descendants 1 happens, and then there's like 2 years, I feel like,
Okay.
in between, and then he like officially becomes king. Well, no, because he officially became king before. I don't know.
Well, maybe he was like, I'm 16 and I'm gonna have my 16
Yeah,
coronation, and then it's like,
yeah.
well, I gotta wait to be king proper until I'm
I
18.
just
Maybe.
can't wait
I
to
don't-
be king.
That's just a. Do they have Simba's kid?
No!
But
But they do bring in Dr. Facilier's daughter, which is really cool.
Sorry, who's
oh my
that?
god, wait. Oh, from The Princess and the
Princess and
Frog.
the Frog.
Okay,
I've never
wait.
seen it.
Okay, so Descendants
really-
3.
it's pretty
I know it's really good.
They start. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
They start, and Ben wants to bring all of the villains' kids to Oridon.
Yes, right. You mentioned. That.
Yes. So the first number is like they're singing about bringing kids, and they bring Smee's 2 twins, Dr. Facilier's daughter,
Oh, they have twins.
and then like
Yes.
and then Dizzy, who is Evie's like kind of like cousin-ish. It's like the evil stepmom from Cinderella, her
Oh.
granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
So it's Rosella's kid.
Okay, sure.
So they bring them, and so like they're back and they're there. Audrey, who was Ben's girlfriend in the
Yes,
first one,
right, Audrey, we
comes
don't like
back,
her.
and then Ben proposes to Mal. They're gonna get married.
No way, but
Oh
she's
my
the
God.
villain, and
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah,
He's the
and she's
kid.
like, "How dare he?" And then she becomes bad, and she goes
She's
into
a
the
villain.
museum and she steals the scepter, Maleficent's scepter.
Oh, Elizabeth. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
and then she
So
becomes
wait.
bad.
So are you? So they had just have all like all the Disney people's artifacts in the museum, and they expect people not to try to steal this shit. It's like magic.
Yeah.
It's like powerful magic.
I don't know
artifacts.
why. I don't know why. But she goes in, she sings this really cool song, and then she just takes it.
But we don't like Audrey.
Yeah.
We don't like Audrey, but
But we
she's kind
like-
of cool in this
okay,
one because
sure.
she's a villain now.
That's
she was
true.
like irrelevant in the first one. She's kind of a
Okay,
bitch.
she was just like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so they're like, we need to get everybody teamed together to help. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So she's like, the only thing that can stop Maleficent's scepter is Hades' like crystal ember. It's
Oh,
Hades'
yeah,
ember.
sure.
So Hades is now in the picture.
Okay,
And
his
then we
son,
find out
son or daughter?
we found out that
Oh.
Hades is Mal's dad.
No way!
That means
so
that Maleficent and Hades had
they
sex.
fucked?
They had a kid.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't, but you know.
You know. To each their own, I guess.
Man, so she's probably
Yeah.
so she's pretty powerful.
Yeah, she's very powerful. Mal's very powerful.
'Cause,
So then she gets the
wait,
ember.
So is she like I assume she was the only one with 2 Disney dads or 2 Disney
Yes,
parents.
it's like half-bloods.
Right,
In
but
like Percy
yeah,
Jackson.
sure.
Yeah, but she's like the only
But she's
one.
the only full.
ain't no
Yes.
muggle.
Wow.
Yes.
Obviously
So
very
this is
powerful.
introduced. She gets the ember, and then she's like going to leave, and then Uma and the people from the from the second movie
Mm-hmm.
come through, and they're like, "I want to go with you!" Ha ha ha! And they escape the barrier.
Oh, this is the first time hearing of the barrier.
There's a barrier between the 2 islands.
Okay,
That's it.
great.
Yeah, they escape the barrier.
All you need to know.
That's literally it. They escape the barrier. And then, so basically, the whole time they're fighting against Audrey, they end up winning. But Mal was like, she was like, oh no, now that, like, Audrey is really bad, we can't bring more villains' kids over. Oh no, boo-hoo.
Wait, but
And
she
then-
was the good, and then she turned back.
Yeah, well, she wasn't,
So
like,
that means-
bad. Yeah, it doesn't make
So
sense,
I feel like
right?
I feel like the moral of that is like, well, anybody can be anything. You can't judge somebody off of like, you know, their good or
Yes,
badness.
Ellis. Yes. They fight against Audrey.
So what? Sorry,
And then,
I
wait.
I want to interrupt.
Yes.
What does the scepter do? What is
Anything it
Maleficent's-
wants, you want it.
That's unfair. That's not fair.
But Hades' ember is stronger. That's all you need
What-
to know.
Okay, but what can Hades' ember do? That's
Anything.
better. But anything but better?
Yes.
So it's like that song from Annie Get Your Gun.
Anything
Yes,
you can do, I can do better.
Do better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially. Mal is like, no, we can't really bring more people, but she already promised Evie and all of the other villains'
can't she
kids
bring more?
that they could bring more because she's stupid.
Why-
and
why-
she's like,
why
it's
can't
not
they bring
safe.
more, though? Oh, it's
well,
not
because
safe,
okay, they opened the barrier and then Hades almost got through. And Hades
that would
is
be
like
bad?
very dangerous. Yeah, so it would be bad.
Okay,
so
sure.
they were like, we can't risk it. We can't do that anymore. So then they go to do that, and then she's like, yeah, no more bringing villains' kids over.
So Maleficent's just not in the movies anymore.
no,
She got
no,
turned into
not
a
at all.
lizard.
Kristen
and...
Chenoweth is not in the movies.
Okay,
at all
that's fair.
anymore.
They probably couldn't get Kristen
She's got, yeah, they couldn't get her for 2
times.
movies.
That's fair.
Literally, that's it. So, okay, they go and they fight Audrey.
They got shit with for the first one, and they were like, we cannot
Literally,
afford
we don't
this.
have any more money.
How do we completely destroy her without like killing her?
Turn her into a lizard.
Turn her into a lizard.
Yes,
Brilliant.
literally. So okay, they're fighting against Audrey. The only thing that they can do is have like the Ember defeat her.
Right.
The Ember gets thrown in water because one of the kids gets really mad because they find out that Mal said don't bring any more villain kids over.
And
Because
so he just
Mal's
throws
being
a
a
fit and throws the... And
Yes. Dr. Facilier's daughter, she's kind of young, so it's like,
kids are the
but yeah, she like throws it in the water. And so Mal is screwed. And then Mal sings a really pretty ballad about being screwed. And she screwed all of her friends over.
I wish I did that every time I got fucked over.
Right? Yeah, basically. And then they're all like, fine, I guess. Like, she does it by herself, and then they take pity on her, and they see her fighting from afar, and then they help her. And then Audrey's like, oh my god, did that actually happen? She, like, wakes up from her, like, evil coma.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my gosh. And then she's good again. And Ben is like, you know what? Never mind. No, Mal is like, we need to tear this barrier down. And Ben is like, you know what? I've wanted that the whole time. And then they tear the barrier down. And that's it. That's all.
Why do they want to tear the barrier down?
So anybody can be on either island. No discrimination anymore. No more racism.
I mean, yeah, that's
That's it.
good. I just don't understand what led up to that. Like
Yeah.
they were like, there's somebody that was good that turned evil, and then we defeated them. So therefore, we shouldn't have the barrier.
Well,
up
because
anymore.
Hades turns out to be like kind of good
Oh,
because he
so
wants
there's
to
a Hades
help. There's like
subplot. Okay,
yeah,
sure, that
kinda.
makes sense.
It all leads up and makes
Sure,
sense.
sure.
Hades is Cheyenne Jackson, like a popular Broadway star.
Okay, cool.
How'd they get him? I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's
Alright,
Descendants.
and that's
then
Descendants.
Cameron Boyce
And,
tragically
rest in
died,
peace,
so
Cameron
they're not
Boyce.
making any more. Oh god.
I was
yes.
gonna say, are they gonna make
Yeah.
any more? But I guess
No,
not.
that's
Guess
it.
they
And it
can't.
ended at like a perfect place too. But yeah, they're masterpieces. All directed by Kenny Ortega.
Kenny Ortega.
And now you don't have to watch them anymore.
Yeah, that is the most detailed overview
That's
anybody's
all
ever
you
given.
need.
I feel like I don't. Like I feel
And
like
this has been Carlee Crawford discussing Descendants.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next time on Disney Channel.
I